So, when you think about Christmas, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably something like a big family dinner, maybe some stockings hanging over a fireplace, right? Well, today we're going to completely flip that picture on its head. We're diving into the fascinating and honestly pretty unique ways that Japan celebrates Christmas.
All right, let me start with a little quiz for you. Picture a holiday. The main traditions are a big bucket of fried chicken, fancy romantic dinners out, and a beautiful strawberry cake for dessert. Any guesses? I'm willing to bet the answer is not what you're thinking.
Because the answer is Christmas. Specifically, Christmas in Japan. Yeah, I know, it's a little different, so let's get into how these amazing traditions got started, beginning with that very, very unusual main course.
Okay, so our first stop on this tour of Japanese Christmas traditions is the dinner table. And listen, in Japan you can forget about turkey or ham. It's all about a certain famous kernel from Kentucky.
No joke, the go-to must-have Christmas dinner in Japan is a big old bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And this isn't just some funny, quirky thing a few people do. For millions of people, KFC is the official Christmas meal. So how on earth did that happen?
Well, you can thank an absolutely brilliant marketing campaign from way back in the 1970s. The slogan was simple: Kentucky for Christmas. It was a total smash hit. It gave people a fun, Western-style way to celebrate a holiday that didn't have deep roots in Japan. And today, it's so popular that you have to pre-order your Christmas party bucket weeks ahead of time, or you'll be stuck in lines that wrap around the block. For so many, it's just not Christmas without it.
All right, moving on from the main course to the dessert. And, you guessed it, the official Christmas cake in Japan is another very specific and really delightful tradition that might surprise you. So you can forget about those dense, heavy fruitcakes or spicy gingerbread cookies that are common in the West. In Japan, the absolute star of the show is a light, fluffy, beautiful strawberry shortcake. It's such a lovely and telling contrast, really.
And this cake, just a simple sponge cake with whipped cream and bright red strawberries, isn't just delicious, it's also symbolic. You see, the red of the strawberries and the white of the cream are seen as lucky and celebratory colors in Japan, kind of like the colors of the Japanese flag. It's just the perfect festive treat.
Now, this next one is probably the biggest cultural difference of all. In Japan, Christmas isn't really a family holiday. Nope, it's a holiday for couples. It's for lovers.
Think of it this way. Christmas Eve in Japan is pretty much Valentine's Day Part 2. It's widely considered to be one of the most romantic nights of the entire year, maybe even more so than February 14. See, the roles are completely swapped compared to many other countries. Christmas is for a big date night, for exchanging gifts with your significant other. And the reason for that is simple. New Year's, which is just a week later, is the huge family holiday. So on Christmas Eve, all the fancy restaurants and hotels are booked solid with couples. And a huge part of what makes it so romantic are the illuminations. We're not just talking about a few strings of lights here. These are epic, citywide, spectacular light displays that are just breathtaking. They make the perfect backdrop for a romantic Christmas Eve stroll. Okay, for our fourth point, we've got a real curveball. After all this talk about celebrations, the chicken, the cake, the romance, there's one tiny catch. Christmas isn't actually a public holiday. That's right. Unless December 25th happens to land on a Saturday or Sunday, it is a completely normal work and school day. That's why all the major celebrations are crammed into Christmas Eve, because on Christmas morning, it's back to business as usual for most people.
And this leads to something truly amazing to witness. One of the fastest, most efficient holiday changeovers you will ever see. The second Christmas day is over, the decorations come down. I mean, they vanish almost instantly. By the morning of December 26th, the entire country has switched gears to prepare for New Year's.
And you'll start seeing these beautiful decorations called karamatsu popping up everywhere. They're traditional arrangements made of pine and bamboo, and they're put out to welcome spirits for the new year. They completely replace every trace of Christmas tinsel and trees overnight. It's incredible.
All right, our fifth and final unique tradition has to do with Santa's visit. Now, the magical spirit is definitely there, but the way he delivers gifts is a little different. You know that image of a Christmas tree with just piles and piles of presents underneath? That's not really the norm in Japan. Instead, the tradition is for Santa to leave just one very special, carefully chosen gift right by a child's pillow as they sleep. But here's the thing. Even though it's just one gift, the magic is 100% there. That excitement and anticipation for that one special Santa gift is just as powerful and creates an incredibly cherished memory for kids all across Japan.
So when you put it all together, what you have in Japan is this fascinating reinvention of a holiday. It's largely secular, more of a commercial and cultural event. And it's incredibly joyful, filled with lights, romance, and these one-of-a-kind food traditions. It's a perfect example of how a holiday can be adapted to fit perfectly within a different culture.
And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Japan's unique take on Christmas isn't just a list of fun facts. It's a direct reflection of the culture's values. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How does the core DNA of any culture end up reshaping the holidays that it chooses to bring into its traditions?